I read scriptures and stuff like that. And then sometimes I see some stuff up there, you know, and I keep on scrolling. But I found out too, even on Facebook, what is really happening is people are really, this is how people are using Facebook too. They change their name to something else to contact people. Mm-hmm. But what they do is, this is where the enemy plays a trick with their mind. The name does not match the picture. The real person be the real person, but then they got pictures of themselves by their real name. But they going up under somebody else's name to communicate with people. Now you tell me that's not a trick of the enemy.
But my thing, people are not dedicated like you is, First Lady and Pastor, with cell phones. You got people that are not dedicated. We talking about weak folks. We talking about people that have not come to Christ yet. So then I'm looking at the enemy basically use these things and say, well, you ain't got to go to church. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be in the Word.
See, that's the enemy says that because you have not read enough Word. Instead, the Bible says, forget not the assembling of the saints coming together. The only way you can fellowship is you got to come together. Mm-hmm. See, people miss it. You know, well, I can stay home, I can watch this on TV, radio, but you're not fellowshipping. See, God requires us to fellowship, right? Mm-hmm. And this is his thing. You know, our family's supposed to come together, don't they? Mm-hmm. And if you're not coming together, then you alienate yourself from that part of the family. And I tell people this, and you know, for those that's not working, those that find excuses not to do the things of the church, you only hurting yourself. Because what you do is you alienate yourself from the family. And then when you come in and everybody on the same page, and you sit there looking like, what are they talking about? Right. You feel left out. Right. But remember, you left yourself out when you find an excuse to do something. People start out running from the Lord, and then they go deep around the corner. We get in a hurry, then we get to that point where we get so ditty-minded that we don't need all this. I mean, I heard a person say one time, but they didn't tell me, but they mentioned to my wife, we were having a supplement program, we get ready to start up again. But I don't need that. I've been delivered from that. That ought to be more of a reason why you dare to help other people get delivered, right? Amen. I mean, if you've been delivered, then God can use you to help other people get delivered. But if you don't never show up, then that blood is on your name, contrary to what you think. You probably really need it because you ain't been delivered from yourself. Mm-hmm. See, everybody thinks, like I told you yesterday, a lot of times if you smoke a cigarette, it ain't the cigarette, it's what causes you to smoke it. So once you get to the root of that problem, you find out what's going on. And then you do what you got to do. You got to understand it as believers in Christ. And then going back to Psalm 7, we know who our enemy is. Mm-hmm. Who is your enemy? Anybody that don't want to have anything to do with God. Because they'll try to deter you, they'll try to turn you away from God, even in the relationship. And you going on for the Lord, you praising God, and then you meet somebody, and they say, well, you don't need to go to church, come go with me. Or, here's the instance, you got somebody that wants you to run to their church all the time, but they never been to your church. But you taking off from your home, running to their home, and you picking up on some old spirit. And then when you come back, you looking at it like this. Why they acting like that? Well, we ain't acting like that. It's just something in your spirit that ain't comfortable. That's right. See, I ain't gonna go to your house every day when I get off work and eat at your table when I got a table at home. That's right. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And people are getting so messed up running behind folks. When you got the same anointing right here at your house. But you looking at the numbers and stuff. Like I said yesterday, people get caught up on numbers and God ain't in numbers. He in souls. Because God said if you could just get one. That's right. And then we put on that drama thing, we begin to entertain and we feel like the grass is green on the other side. But guess what? That same grass got to be cut. Mm-hmm. Regardless how green it is, if it gets so far, you got to cut it anyway. Right. So what we're saying is that we are our own worst enemy. And this cushion, this Benjamin was saying, Lord, deliver me from them. You know, save me from them, but deliver me from myself. Save me from my enemy, but deliver me from myself, because I can be my own worst enemy.
That's right. That's right.
You see what I'm saying? If you read it, you read it, and this is a good one too. I'm glad you got there, because there's so much in there. So let the enemy persecute my soul and take it. Yea, let him tread down my life upon the earth and lay my honor in the dust. Arise, O Lord, and in thy anger lift up thyself because of the rage of my enemy, and awake me to do what? Judgment that has commanded. So shall the congregation of the people compass about for their sakes. Therefore, return thou on high. The Lord shall judge the people. Huh? The Lord shall judge the people. Judge me. Huh? O Lord, according to my righteousness and according to my integrity that is in me. Judge me according to what's going on in me, Lord. See, we pass too much judgment on other folks, and God ought to be judging us. We ought to let God judge me, Lord. That's why I said the other week that a lot of times God is dealing with me in a lot of areas. And when I look at people now, I look at the people for who they are, and then I see me. And the reason why I got compassion for them, because I see that I ain't perfect. So when I see that I'm not perfect, then I can look at you and have compassion on me. But if I become so egotistic and I become so perfect within my own self, I'm always looking at other folks. Because I feel like I'm the only one that's righteous. You got people that think they're just righteous as they can be. When the Bible says when a man thinks he's something, he's another. When you get to that point, you think you so holy. And trust me, you got some holes in you. I'm being real, because you got to, if I look at you, first of all, I got to examine myself. And once I examine myself, I find out what's wrong with me, I can have more compassion on you. Because I know I'm not perfect. So I don't expect you to be perfect. You see what I'm saying? So that way, if I'm not perfect, then I'm looking at myself and say, well, Lord, have mercy on me. So now I got to have mercy on somebody else.
That's right.
Y'all see what I'm going with this?
Oh, yeah.
It makes sense.
Was that the same image that Jesus was showing us?
Exactly.
When he took off his own
Exactly.
and washed their feet?
Exactly. He was humbling himself. He said the master is no greater than his servant.
That's right.
He said, unless I do this, then y'all be thinking I'm making something exalted. I got to do this so I can show you that I ain't no better than you are. And that's how we got to do. We got to show people we ain't no better than they are. We might be better off because we know the Lord, but we ain't no better than nobody. That's why it's not about how many members or how many organizations or how many programs you put on. Listen to what I say, how many programs you put on. If God ain't getting the glory out of it, it's to none effect.
That's right.
Right.
We can come here and have a service every Sunday and draw and generate money. But what does it benefit if it's about $1 and it ain't about God getting glory out of it? Yes.
When that day when Jesus was turning over tables with the animals and everything, would you say today's time with the churches, with all the programs that they have, is to accumulate more money?
That's exactly what it is.
It's just a different.
That's exactly what it is. And then you go to some churches and they saying, look, we're going to start our offering out with $20. Y'all been there?